What's your name?
Ken Smith.
Okay, and where's your business located?
It's in Little River General Store in Lanesboro, Minnesota.
Okay, and how many Segways do you guys have at the shop here? At the
we keep 5 Segways down here.
Okay, and what does it cost to rent a Segway?
It's $30 per hour, and you do get a voucher for lunch at Pet Butcher's restaurant with it.
Okay, what does a Segway cost?
They're about $5,300 brand new.
Okay, so you guys have a business up in Rochester too. That's a
Yep, correct.
Okay.
We also do the Segway tours in Rochester as well.
Okay. So with the recent announcement from the Attorney General that it's okay to use them on the trails, I'm sure that's a relief for you guys since you've been working down here.
Yeah, it's been, in the Attorney General situation was the DNR was looking for interpretation on what a Segway was, which in the law it clearly states it word for word out of the dictionary what a Segway was. So I was already confident. This was the second time the Attorney General had taken that up. The DNR had taken up with the Attorney General, and both times the Attorney General told them that it's word for word out of the dictionary. There's really nothing that can help them further interpret. So while it was a relief that they didn't change their mind on it, I was already 100% certain before I even came down here that it was going to be okay, and I expected the DNR to be a little bit controversial about it.
Okay. Have there been any issues that you've come across at all with people kind of getting acquainted with the Segways at all, or?
People catch on quicker than I thought. I know I've had some senior citizens do it and younger kids, and I've had a big relief with how fast they catch on to doing it.
Okay.
So
and they're required for safety purposes to wear certain gear?
Yeah, we provide helmets with the provided helmets, and if they want to bring elbow pads and such, they can bring stuff like that as well.
Okay. And what kind of speed do these Segways have? And
they go up to 12.5 miles an hour, but for our use and rentals, we have them set at 8 miles an hour for the top speed.
Okay. All right. And what happens if the battery were to die while you're out on one of these things?
Well, if the battery dies when you're on it, it will just shut off on you. We make sure it doesn't die. They have on the keys on here, they have the battery bars, so it's about 3 miles per bar. So we keep them charged up. If they're not charged up enough to use, we won't let them go out if they're going to die.
Okay.
So they just shut off, and you'd have to drag the machine back, and that's not a whole lot of fun.
Okay. Do you want to give us a demonstration of how the Segways work? And
sure. All based on your leaning movement. So if you lean forward, you go forward, and you lean backwards, the machine goes backwards. You turn the handlebars to turn.
Okay.
And your hands have nothing to do with moving forward and backwards. It's just your feet.
All right.
And you turn zero turning radius, so you turn in a circle. So it's pretty much how you lean is where it goes, and it's pretty natural after a few minutes.
Okay. So how long do you think before people be buying these for at home?
It really will take, I don't know, maybe the price comes down, but people really got to, understand how it's going to help them save money over the long term. So it might be a while, once you see a few of them around the way people are nowadays, 2 or 3 years I'll say, because I think the price will come down in 2 or 3 years. The guy has a patent on him, but his patent's going to be up here in, I think, 3-4 years.
Are you guys looking at retailing them up in Rochester, or?
I don't do too much retail just because it's, there's no competition, so they don't give you too good of a price for selling them. If you're buying them wholesale, you don't get a good discount, so I don't sell them at all.
Okay.
Just do the rentals and guided tours in Rochester, and that's probably where I'll stay.
How did you get into taking an interest in these?
I use one for work. I'm doing sales about 3 years ago, and I've had one ever since, and everyone always wants to use mine and borrow mine, and I just noticed a couple of these tours that opened up in Minneapolis. The first Segway tour company in America was there. And I just looked at what he made for money in the last 3 years and called him up, talked to him a little bit. And it was well worth the risk involved, I thought, by how much money you can make by doing it. So I just made some phone calls and it made sense. So I bought some Segways and started renting them out.
Okay. Have you heard any feedback from anybody on the trail as far as cyclists who have any?
People, we have people that don't want to have negative reaction to the people that are here to train for their professional biking careers. That's what they do for a living, is they ride bikes. 90% of people, they think they're a great idea. But a lot of people come through here that they were going to stay behind as their friends went on the bike ride, and they took the Segway. So be a lot of positive reaction. You know, there's a little bit of negative reaction to people that aren't familiar with it. And I think the trails are there for their training, for their professional bike careers, or they're just for the bikes. But I think that those same people would have the same reaction towards a wheelchair or towards a side-by-side bike as well. So there's gonna,
okay.
You know, we get a pretty good response. So.
Okay, so it's more about what sort of space they might take up on the trail.
Yep,
for those cyclists.
Yep. And
okay.
You know, we make sure we tell everyone about the courtesy and the etiquette and how, you know, to stay on the right. Same rules as any other as a bike and being on the trail. Just be respectful of everybody else. And so pretty good response from everybody overall.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, thanks a lot. So they go well on just about any terrain?
Yep, they're pretty good on any terrain except ice.
Except ice?
Ice is not the trend.
You got to get some chains on your wheels.
Yep.
So what speed are you going right now?
7 miles an hour. How you doing?